Once you have finished painting your mandala, and again you had to paint it using watercolor paints, and you had to place the colors in order of the color wheel, we are now going to embellish our design using some value. For this we're going to use pencils. So you can see here I have two sections done. I worked on my red and my red violet, and now I am on to my violet section. To darken the value, we are going to use the complementary color to the color we are working on. So since I'm working on my violet wedge, the complement to it is yellow, so that means I'm going to use yellow to create darker values. We should only be working with medium to dark values on this because we were to apply our watercolor as a wash, so a very thin layer of watercolor, and that will allow us to easily layer color pencil over top to darken areas. I started with my red wedge, and where I placed colors, or I should say values, I am copying that same placement of values in all my wedges. So near the middle here, near the black line, I am adding a little bit more color, and I'm darkening it with the complement. Now sometimes when you are working with complementary colors in color pencil, you have to lay the first color down. In this case I'm laying purple down first, put the complement over top, which will be yellow, and then sometimes you have to go back with another layer of your first color down. In the next section, I've colored in these shapes with just a solid feel of the color pencil. Then the round outside edge of it, you can definitely see it more in the red. Didn't show up too well in my red violet. I am adding some darkness by again using the complementary color. So I'm just doing that on the outer edges. And again, I'm going to layer some more of my purple or original color over top of that yellow to make sure it's reading as a purple and not just a layer of yellow on top of my purple. So I'm going to continue to add some darker values, layering my color pencils. And if you remember from when we worked with colored pencils before, I don't want to come in with my heaviest of pressures. I want to be able to leave some paper tooth there to be able to grab a hold of more color pencil. So I work in layers, one on top of the other. So you can see where I've added some darker values. Sometimes I just use the color pencil that matches with the watercolor. In this case I was working on purple, so I just added some pure purple pure purple color pencil in that area, and then in other areas I mixed it with the complement to create a darker purple. So I'm going to continue to do that with the rest of my mandala. Doesn't matter which direction I work with, or if I go in order, I can always skip back and forth since I already have my purple and yellow color pencils out. I may want to go ahead and work on the yellow wedge, and this time it'd be using purple to create darker yellow areas. But again, it's all about mixing using those techniques we talked about before of pressure and layering different colors of color pencil on top of each other. So that is the final stage of your mandala, is to create some values using color pencils and layering it on top of your watercolor washes.